New Orleans knows what it feels like to be a top 3 economy. Like, we actually know what that feels like. How we got there the first time was through an extractive economy, right? Slavery. And then from agriculture to oil and gas to hospitality. And so now it's about getting back to a top economy, nationally and globally, but doing it through an inclusive approach.
The New Orleans Business Alliance, or NOLA-BA, is the city's public-private partnership for economic development and workforce development.
We are an economic development organization that really builds connections, where we help everybody see that all of the folks in New Orleans are assets and that we're solution makers in getting to kind of a strong, inclusive economy.
NOLA-BA has been really critical in helping to shape some of those strategies successfully, working with nonprofits, community development, financial institutions, philanthropy, and other government agencies to really help move those strategies.
The 4 work streams that drive our day-to-day work now are business attraction and retention, small business growth with an emphasis on high-growth entrepreneurs of color, talent and workforce development, and then place-based development. We call it strategic neighborhood development.
71% of New Orleans' African-American families are living below a living wage, as opposed to 31% of white households below a living wage. Put it in perspective, New Orleans is 300 years old. 150 years of it was in slavery. 100 years of it was in that Jim Crow era. It's only in the last 50 years where it was even possible for African-American New Orleanians to fully participate in the economy.
People don't have equal access to opportunity, to resources. It puts them behind the curve.
Currently in our city, we still have an unemployment rate of about 47% for African American men. Our space in the workforce has been in the space of innovation. What are the needs that people have, that job seekers have, that serve as barriers to either finding a job, getting a job, or keeping a job?
We found that if we look at New Orleans and who's in New Orleans and who's unemployed, who's coming here, it's a large people who are formerly incarcerated. Now that people are changing some of the laws and reducing mass incarceration, people are returning back to the city. They need jobs and opportunities. But also, how do we address the employer expectations and needs? So Strive was able to become that conduit to make sure that people have this opportunity. This is career pathway. How can you advance every year? How can you now look at a career pathway outside of going to college?
I had always had aspirations to be a business owner. What I've noticed is a lot of entities down here sort of marginalize Black businesses. NOLA-BA's focus is to turn $1 million businesses to $10 million businesses. Growing the business, it takes a whole nother type of consultation. It takes a whole nother type of access to markets. We're getting real world education on how to expand business.
We see a different New Orleans now with a possibility and opportunity and people thinking differently about what we can do in this moment. There's tremendous civic energy here in New Orleans now that we didn't see when we were younger. We all want to capture that energy.
What does the future of New Orleans look like if it could be its fully equitable self? The ability to have economic dignity. For people who own businesses, they can compete. They have fair access to capital and relationships and partnerships. For people who work every day, They have fair wages. They have benefits. They have professional relationships that edify them and don't deny them justice.